My dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to see you again. I'm very glad that you're here with me on the second part of our lesson. So, let's start. We are going to talk again about Great Britain and Ukraine. This lesson is prepared by the teacher of Gymnasium number 5 in Odessa, Larionova Olena Sergeevna. Before we start our second part of the lesson, I want to remind you some grammar rules. You noticed that we mentioned many geographical names. Let's talk about the rules of using articles before them. Let's start with the rule how to use zero and definite article with country names. Typically, the article the is not used before the names of countries and territories. For example, our flight to China was cancelled. It's a mistake. We should say our flight to China was cancelled. However, the is used before countries whose names are plural in form. For example, have you been to Netherlands? It's a mistake. We should say, have you ever been to the Netherlands? The is also used with countries whose names include the words states, kingdom, or republic. For example, my sister lives in the United States. It's a mistake. We should say, my sister lives in the United States. The use of articles with other geographical names. Let's start with zero article before the names. It is used with continents, so we say North America, Africa, and so on. Mountain, if it is one mountain, for example, Mount Everest. Island, if it is one island. Madagascar, Cyprus. Streets, Broad Street, Wilson Avenue. Cities and towns, London, Kiev, Odessa. States, Alabama, Washington. Lakes, if we use the word lake. For example, Lake Sivash. As for the article the, we use the article the before the parts of the world, points on the globe. For example, the West, the North Pole. Mountain range, for example, the Andes. Island chains, for example, the Florida Keys, the Pacific Islands. Geographical areas, the East, the Midwest. Rivers, seas and oceans. The Mississippi River, the Dnipro River, the Atlantic Ocean. Deserts, valley, plains, for example, the Imperial Valley, the Sahara Desert. Or group of lakes, or one lake that is used without the word lake. For example, the Great Lakes. Now please stop the video and do the exercise. Write the answers in your copybooks and send your answers to your teacher. Are you tired? It's tongue twister time now. Do you like challenges? Then you may try yourself in this challenge.
Betty Botter bought a bit of butter.
The butter Betty Botter bought was a bit better,
And made her batter bitter.
but a bit of better butter makes better batter.
So, Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter.
Making Betty Botter's bitter batter better.
Should we have a race?
Shall we?
So you can do it
Let's go
quickest.
for it. Right, 3. We're going to start at the same time.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and
Betty Botter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Botter bought was a bit better and made a bit of batter. But a bit of better butter makes better batter. So Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Botter a bit better batter. Oh. I think you won.
Can you do better than that? Everyone, you have a go. Good luck.
Ukraine, our motherland. It is situated on the east of Europe. It's washed by the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov and has very important ports. Ukraine is larger than Great Britain. 5% of Ukraine's territory is mountainous. The rest part of the Ukrainian area is flat. Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. It is one of the oldest cities of Europe. Its age is more than 1,500 years. The population of Kiev is about 3 million people. There are many places of historic interest in it. Among them, there are the Kievo-Pecherska Lavra, the Golden Gate, the St. Sophia's Cathedral, and many, many others. Have you been to Kiev? Kiev is situated on the picturesque banks of the Dnieper River. It is one of the most beautiful cities of Europe. One half of Kiev's territory is occupied by parks and gardens. Kiev was the largest town in 11th century in Europe, 50 times the size of London. Can you imagine it? The city is divided into rayons, districts, which have their own locally elected governments with jurisdiction over a limited scope of affairs. Presently, there are 10 districts. You can see them on the map. Great Britain and Ukraine have strong and constantly growing ties in culture, language study, politics, youth organizations development, student exchange programs, and military forces of both countries. There is the British Embassy in Kiev and there is the Ukrainian Embassy in London. In Ukrainian cities like Kiev, Kharkiv, Lviv and Odessa, there are other British consuls. By the way, my dear friends, did you know that Odessa and Liverpool are twin cities? I'm sure that all of you know this city, am I right? What did you think about when you heard Liverpool? Did you think the same?
yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
What other famous English music groups or singers do you know? Maybe you have your favorite one? Think a little bit and write your essay about it to your teacher. Odessa, our lovely motherland. Did you know that Odessa and Great Britain are connected for many years? We had English club, English hotel, English mass. Dishes for our city in 19th-20th centuries with views of the monuments were produced in London. And these are all signs of the British life in Odessa, their ties with our city. Several mayors of our city were connected with Great Britain with families or strong friendly ties. And even our famous Potemkin stairs were built with the help of one English architect. My dear students, there is one more task for you. Find in the presentation the sentences with these words and write them down in your copybooks and translate these sentences. Please show your work to your teacher. I'm sure that you can easily deal with that task. I wish you good luck. Bye-bye.